We are at the post-game press conference after tonight's Long Beach State loss to the University of Oregon 3-0. Coach, if we can have an opening statement on tonight's match.
Yeah. First of all, I want to thank Long Beach community for coming out and supporting, and thank Oregon for traveling down for the weekend. We had a tough game, and I'm not gonna, there's no big magic here. We had a hard time. We couldn't get it going. We couldn't find it, and part of that was Oregon's success and their response from their loss last night, and a big part of that is how we played and our errors. So a lot to clean up on our side.
Coach, earlier this season, you have established a precedent of going really hard against some of these nationally ranked teams coming into our building. Obviously tonight, not the result you wanted. What do you think? What do you make of the start that you guys had in some of these sets? It felt like both in the second set and the first, your strongest punch came later on. What do you make of your team's ability to start today in each set?
Yeah, it wasn't good today. That hasn't been true for us the last 2 weeks. And I will say, I think it's a small sample size with that. We're pretty early in the season, so it's hard to tell what kind of team we're going to be. But yeah, we didn't start off strong, I don't think, in any set. Even the second set, where I don't think we fell behind, it didn't feel like we started strong. And to be honest, the second set, we made so many errors. I was pretty shocked we were in it middle of the set. They left some stuff open for us that we just didn't take advantage of. But starting strong was not our strong point today. And to be honest, it was really hard to string together points when you're ending your own runs.
There was a huge blocking advantage in this game. I know after the second, I think it was 7-1. At the end, it ends up coming out to around 10-5. I felt like 14 was everywhere for Oregon. How do you kind of mitigate that type of mismatch in a game like this?
Yeah, they did a great job of blocking. We pride ourselves on being a team that's not afraid of the block and attacking into the block. And to be honest, they did a good job of handling that. But also we couldn't pass. So it's hard to get one-on-ones and get different situations that advantage our hitters when we're out of system a lot.
For Elise, first of all, congratulations on, getting to the, point facing your former team, obviously with Oregon. Obviously not the result, of course, that everyone wanted, but going forward with a few games left until we reach the conference schedule, Oregon is one of the best teams you guys have left in your non-conference schedule. How do you feel like your team picked yourself back up after a tough loss like tonight?
I think we are just going to continue to have good conversations, and it's all about what our response is tomorrow. Tomorrow's a completely new day. We're playing a completely new team. And so we kind of just have to remind ourselves of that, and take the time to recover tonight, get a good meal in. Again, like I said, have those good conversations, but it's just time to respond for tomorrow.
Coach just talked about Oregon's blocking. They were able to mitigate your offense, but your blocking has been strong really from last year to this year. Seemed like it took a little while for it to get picked up. In that third set, a lot better. Mm-hmm. But what do you think was the difference in that particular part of the game?
Yeah, I think our blocking got better. We started getting them out of system, which helps a lot. And to be honest, there was some stuff from all three of our blocking positions that just kind of blew our scouting report. And I think that, to be honest, that's on us as a coaching staff. We need to do a better job of preparing them for that. But it was a mediocre blocking night for us. We have a blocking efficiency. I'm curious to see how the touch is converted for us in transition. But it's hard to keep in mind, who's on the other side of the net, especially when, they're coming off of a loss the night before, and we were able to witness that. But it is, I think, important to keep that in mind when we're talking about, Big Ten hitters and trying to slow them down. There's a lot of credit on that side of the net, but also a lot of things that we could have done better blocking wise.
Elise, I think you had a pretty good start to the night serving wise, and then just as a whole, the team just a little bit more service errors than the other side. What do you think kind of maybe the approach got to towards the end? You were able to keep the service errors down, but what was kind of the difference between the first two sets and the third?
I think we had a conversation in the locker room, but we were just going back and talking about trusting our float and trusting our training. And, we do serving every single day in practice. And so it's just a matter of going back to that and not overthinking it, because it is something that we do on a daily basis.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.